Mr. Lamb to himself, "There, my dears, that's you seen too. Ah, we all know. I'll come back. They never do, though. Not them. Never do come back. Garden noises fade." So, it was true. People never used to go there. So now to himself, Mr. Lamb says, "I'll come back," he's saying, but they don't come back. Nobody comes. Nobody comes back. Now, second scene. This scene 2, Dairy's home. Mother: "You think I don't know about him? You think I haven't heard things?" Dairy: "You should not believe all you hear." Mother: "Been told, warned. We've not lived here 3 months, but I know what there is to know, and you're not to go back there." So the mother, she's not happy at Dairy's wish to go back to Mr. Lamb's house. So she says that as if I don't know about him, we've been here 3 months and I know everything that is there to know about him. Dairy says, "You should not believe what all you hear." Dairy: "What are you afraid of? What do you think he is? An old man with a tin leg, and he lives in a huge house without curtains and has a garden. And I want to be there and sit and listen to things, listen and look." So Dairy says that what are you afraid of? What do you think he is? He's an old man with a tin leg. He lives in a huge house without curtains and has a garden. And I want to be there. I want to sit and I want to listen to things. Mother: "Listen to what?" Dairy: "Bees singing, him talking." Mother: "And what's he got to say to you?" The mother is not able to comprehend as to what Mr. Lamb has to speak to her son. Dairy: "Things that matter, things nobody else has ever said, things I want to think about." So now Dairy says, I want to hear whatever he wants to say, and what he says is things that make difference to me, that matter to me, and things nobody else has ever said. So he says things which nobody else has ever done, and those things are helping him to see the positive side of life. He wanted to think, he wanted to reason out the way Mr. Lamb was talking to him. Things I want to think about. Mother: "Then you stay here and do your thinking. You're best off here." So she says that you better stay here only. You are better off here only. You sit here and think. "I hate it here." Now Dairy says, "I hate it here." He was in his own house. So the mother says, "You can't help the things you say. I forgive you." She doesn't like when he says he hates to be at home. So she says, "You can't help it. I can understand. So I forgive you. It's bound to make you feel bad things, and say them. I don't blame you." She says, "I can understand that how you feel." He does not socialize. He's a recluse. He stays at home all alone. So she can understand that he must be feeling very depressed and frustrated. So she says, "I don't blame you." Dairy: "It's got nothing to do with my face and what I look like. I don't care about that, and it isn't important." So this was the first time he did not give importance to his looks, and he tells his mother that it has nothing to do with my face, and I don't care how I look. It's not important. It's what I think and feel and what I want to see and find out and hear. And I'm going back there only to help him with the crab apples. So he says, what is important is what I feel and what I want to see, what I want to hear. I'm going back to him and I'm going to help him with the crab apples. Only to look at things and listen. But I'm going. He wants to stay there in the garden and he wants to listen to Mr. Lamb also. Mother: "You'll stop here." She still insists that he should stop at home only. Dairy: "Oh no, oh no, because if I don't go back there, I'll never go anywhere in this world again." So he realizes how important for him it was to break away from becoming a recluse. He wanted to be free in the world. He wanted to know the world. The door slams, Derry runs, panting. Panting means running fast, because of which he is short of breath. And I want the world. I want it. I want it. So now he's growing out of his pessimism and he wants to see the world. He wants to know the world. The sound of his panting fades. Scene 3. Mr. Lamb's garden. Garden sounds, the noise of a branch shifting, apples thumping down, the branch shifting again. Mr. Lamb, steady. That's got it. That's it. More apples fall. Now he was keeping himself steady on the ladder and he was hitting the branches, because of which the apples were falling down. And again, that's it. And a creak, a crash, the ladder falls back. Mr. Lamb with it. A thump. The branch swishes back, creaks, then silence. Derry opens the garden gate, still panting. Now Derry reached the garden gate, and here the ladder, fell along with Mr. Lamb. Derry. You see, I came back. You said I wouldn't. And they said, but I came back. I wanted. He stops dead, silence. Suddenly he sees that Mr. Lamb has fallen. Mr. Lamb! He runs through the grass, stops, kneels. He runs through the grass and reaches Mr. Lamb where he's fallen, and then he kneels down. He sits down. Mr. Lamb, it's all right. You fell. I'm here. Mr. Lamb, it's all right. He keeps calling Mr. Lamb, and there is silence. I came back, Lemmy Lamb. I did come back. Derry begins to weep. Mr. Lamb is no more, so Derry begins to weep. He begins to cry.